Hey guys, welcome to Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. So I meant to do this video last night. That didn't happen. Well, actually I was going to do it Sunday morning. That didn't happen. And then I was going to do it last night and that didn't happen. So it is now Monday night and we're doing a video. So if you saw our video on Saturday, I was talking about how it had been a rough day, that I wasn't feeling good Saturday and I felt like I needed a nap. And Mark took the kids out and did stuff with them so I could get that nap. And then I was making food during that video. So God knew that I needed a nap. What?
My husband's of behind. Our house into our yard, not like out to town or something.
No.
Sorry.
So, okay. So if anyone has watched our videos recently, Mark has dystonia and can't drive and do all of that stuff. So when I say Mark has the kids out, I mean like outside in the yard with Naomi and Samuel, and he's the adult supervising.
Sorry.
So anyway, so I did get food made that night and we were able to put away food for after the baby comes and stuff. So things were okay. But I'm glad I got a nap that day. I'm glad God gave me some tummy issues. I just have a very sensitive stomach and it's even worse during pregnancy. So he gave me some tummy issues that made me need to take that nap on Saturday, because then Saturday night, Josiah had a couple big seizures overnight that were big, and we didn't have to give emergency meds, but they definitely were something that were concerning, I guess you'd say. It's hard because it's become our new normal. Mark still looks like he's giggling behind the camera, and I don't know why.
I'm good.
Okay. So anyway, so he had some seizures Saturday night, and we knew that Saturday night into Sunday could be bad because the barometer was dropping. And so that did cause problems for Josiah. Mark seemed to have an okay
I actually had
day.
a pretty good day.
It was a pretty good day. Like church went well for him and all of that. By the afternoon, he was pretty tired, but yeah, afternoons are tiring for him.
Church went well.
But so we came home from church that day and Mark let me get another nap. I know that part of this is not sleeping because of Josiah and the seizures. And part of it is I'm 31 and a half weeks pregnant. And I need to pee every 1 or 2 hours. And my hips hurt from laying on the same side too long. So all of that, it's not a complaint, but that is what life is right now. And so I've been needing naps. I haven't been taking a lot of naps recently until the last couple days. But it was good that I took those naps on Sunday afternoon too, because last night we had seizures. And just so everybody knows, this isn't I'm poor mom, I have to do all the work. Mark helps me with the seizures, but we have different jobs when the seizures happen. Mm-hmm. Mark is a lot more capable almost all the time to help lift Josiah from the floor onto the bed or
seizures
couch
cause
or whatever.
Adrenaline pushes me past dystonia.
Yes.
To normal adrenaline, and then
he crashes at the end. But he is good enough to be able to get Josiah to a safe place, and then I take over for recovery mode most of the time. And so in the middle of the night, Mark does the quick help get him up off the floor or wherever Josiah is into a safe place, and then I sit with Josiah for the 20 minutes, half hour recovery, whatever it is. Some nights it's longer, some nights it's shorter. It's hard to explain because we get him to a certain point of recovery where we feel comfortable that he's not having any more seizure activity. But depending whether he had been asleep or been awake before the seizure happened, and since he didn't sleep pretty much at all Saturday night. So I did that video on Saturday. He had 2 seizures overnight Saturday night, and both of those seizures, some people get very, very sleepy after seizures. Josiah gets very sleepy for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then his body totally wakes up. He doesn't want to go back to sleep. He tries. He was working really hard at it Saturday night, but he just did not go back to sleep. And so being a mom with a son who has seizures that you need to make sure you're taking care of and doing those things, our room is set up that there is a twin-size bed in our room for nights that he's having multiple seizures. He does not like sleeping in here because he likes to be able to be in his own room, which I totally understand. But we bring him in here for safety. So when He does wake up at night.
Well, actually, tonight he brought himself in here.
He did bring himself in here because he's not feeling good again tonight. But when he wakes up, we have him wake us up. If he needs to use the bathroom, if he needs a drink of water, those types of things. I don't make all my kids do that. It's not being an overprotective parent thing. It's being a parent of a medically needy child, that if we have 2 bathrooms in our house and he almost always uses the one bathroom because the door opens out. And so if he has a seizure, we can get him out of the bathroom easier than the door that opens into the bathroom. We need to know when he's in the bathroom in case he were to have a seizure there. We would be able to help him because I don't know, like
he's had a few there.
He's had some. Our other kids get up in the middle of the night and use the bathroom by themselves and put themselves back to bed, and I don't even know that they're up using that. That would be dangerous for a child who could have a seizure in there that I wouldn't be able to go help because I wouldn't hear him. So when he's up in the middle of the night not sleeping, of course, you know that if you're up in the middle of the night, you feel that urge to use the bathroom more often, or you feel thirsty more often, or all of those things. And so he isn't bothering me in like annoying me about little things. He's just doing the things that I would do as an adult if I couldn't sleep. I need help with my covers, the different things that we do as adults, he's doing. But he's just more needy than the average person because of the seizures. Because also when he's been having seizures, he tends to be really cold, so he needs extra blankets. He tends to be less coordinated, so trouble getting those blankets on, trouble doing things for himself. Like if he needed his water cup filled, that could be very difficult for him after a seizure. So anyway, Saturday night he had 2 seizures, didn't sleep well after those seizures. Then Sunday we went to church and we had, I think, 1 seizure in the afternoon, but it wasn't, it was concerning, but not terrible. And then last night he had a few seizures overnight. Those seizures again made us bring him into our room. Last night though, because he had not slept the night before, last night he slept really soundly between the seizures. So we were up with him for the seizure and for the recovery time. But then when I felt like he got to a comfortable place, we just let him continue sleeping. So we got more sleep last night, even though it was still broken up. It's kind of like having a newborn. You have nights where you really don't sleep much at all. And then you have nights that you're just very thankful for the 2 or 3 hour stretches that you get. And so last night was one of those nights that it felt really good to get those 2 or 3 hour stretches because we had missed sleep the night before. He also had some seizures today during the day. But he's just not feeling good tonight. This is normal in our life for people who are just tuning in. We've done the medicine route. We've done the diet route. We've done therapy routes. We've done it all. We've done it all. The seizures are happening in the part of his brain that is affected by cerebral palsy. And so it was a lack of oxygen at some point, probably a stroke in utero. And the stuff that they have works best on brains that aren't dead, like his part of the brain is, like that part of the brain. So anyway, so we've tried things. If you have things to suggest, that's great. Just know that we've been through a lot of things and it's not an easy fix. So he is not on a daily medication because the daily medications, all the ones we've tried, have actually given him more seizures. He does have emergency meds that we can give him if he has seizures that don't stop or he has a cluster of seizures. But it's always hard to identify the cluster because we'll give him the meds for the cluster if we're having seizures regularly, like if we have 5 seizures during the course of the night type thing. But these ones have been more spread out where we've only had maybe 2 overnight, and you're always wondering if this is going to be the last one in this cluster, because before these seizures happened he had gone 12 days with no seizures. So anyway, God had a plan for all of this, and we're all doing well here with all of this. Like, I know you're only getting a brief snapshot of the things I'm saying. So with all of this, the kids have been able to get outside every day. with Mark and their big siblings. The kids have been able to help me with cooking in the kitchen. We've been able to get school done. We've been able to do our Bible time as a family today. We take Sundays off for a break, to have a rest. So we do church, and then we try to do limited activity in the afternoon. So like we prepare meals the day before and stuff. And so I don't like this angle on the camera because this little reflector thing makes me look like I have a really big nose, like this big. So anyway, we do stuff to make Sundays really easy. So Sunday was just a nice day of rest yesterday. But today, that meant there were extra chores and stuff. And so we all got together as a family like we do every Monday morning and get chores done, which means the extra dishes and the extra laundry and stuff that comes with not doing those things on Sunday. So a bunch of cleaning projects got done today too, including Naomi tore apart her whole room and cleaned everything. So she was not available for multiple hours because she was doing that. She was really working. She wasn't just being not available. But yeah, that's what's going on around here. Our times in between the seizures and the not sleeping are very good and profitable as a family, and we have been learning a lot about God through... Do you need something? You did make a picture, didn't you? Do you want to let him show his picture?
Sure.
Okay, you can go get your picture. So he's been working hard on art. So just if you think that these seizures are leading to not good things for him, he's been
moving the picture with your head.
He's been doing a lot of art and stuff. This isn't his art. This is our friend.
No, this is Bobby's art.
So our friend Bobby, who passed away 2 years ago, made this art.
And this one. And that one.
No, it's okay. So
who made this one?
This one? Our friend Allison is a homeschool, like she's my friend's daughter. She's a homeschool student in Pennsylvania that they had like a homeschool craft fair type thing. She made these and gave us one. And then this one up there is made by a guy who painted with his mouth. We met him in Florida.
Yep.
He was selling pictures on the side of the road. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bob. So you drew this freehand and then colored it all in?
Yeah.
That looks like something like the one you gave Naomi. That's another one, right?
It's your second dragon in 2 days.
Second dragon of the week. I like it. Good job. Looking good.
So,
Bye, Mama.
So we have a lot of good times in between, and we've been learning a lot as a family, in our regular Bible study time. We've been going through Genesis, about a chapter a day, and talk about what's going on. It's been a slow study with some other stuff going on.
Circumcision tomorrow.
We'll talk about circumcision. But we also have been doing Philippians, as our church has been doing a Bible study that we meet once a week. And so there's like a book to read. So one day a week, we're supposed to read the whole book of Philippians. And then there's also a book to read that has questions and stuff with it. You can sit right there at the end of the bed or go sit on that bed. Either one is okay. You actually want to go back to your room? Okay, go ahead.
You feeling
Go
okay?
ahead. Just take your pillow, because I took your other pillow. Sorry. We'll get another one up here tomorrow. So anyway, we've been doing Philippians as a church, and it's been really, really good to be reminded of this idea of rejoicing in all things. So we were talking about that today. I don't even know if that was really in the passage we were talking about, but we're just in Philippians. We're talking about rejoicing. And I saw something, and it was talking about rejoicing in everything doesn't mean enjoying everything, because there are things in life as people, being a mom who's home with my kids, there are times that today we had to wash some bedding because there was an accident with a diaper. It was all my fault. I will blame myself for it. But, that was not a enjoyable experience. But I can still rejoice in the fact that I have a child who has diapers and doesn't have to have medical help to be able to use the bathroom. And I know people who have to deal with that every day. dealing with that, with their kids. I can feel frustrated that dinner burned, but I also have a stove to prepare my food on, and I'm not doing it on a fire outside or having to eat cold food because I don't have a stove to be able to prepare food. I can be frustrated or not enjoying the fact that I'm up at night with a child, but the fact that we are up and we are home and we're not in the hospital is a great blessing. Mm-hmm. The fact that while I have him laying in here in our room, once I get to a certain point, I can lay down in bed even if I don't go to sleep and I have a comfortable bed to lay on. There's a lot of things that I can praise God for and thank him for the blessings that he's given us. And I can rejoice knowing that God has put Josiah in our family and his seizures for a specific reason. God has put Mark and I together, and Mark's dystonia and my Charcot-Marie tooth, for a specific reason. And he didn't have to, we were talking about this today in our Bible time. He didn't have to save anyone to go to heaven. We were all destined to hell because we all sinned against God. But he has chosen some to do that. And so just remembering those things and remembering to rejoice in everything, because just the fact that we can have a relationship with the God who created the whole universe should make us feel joyful, even in the midst of the things that we're dealing with. And the fact that he knew exactly, like I said the other day, he knows exactly the moment that I'm in and the feelings that we're dealing with and the physical problems that we're dealing with at the moment. He knows all of them, and he knows exactly how that's going to end. And I don't, and that's okay. It's okay to give up control, because he made each one of us. He made each cell. He made each star in the universe. He can control life much better than I can. And so just remembering that. So that was just kind of a update from what I said the other day. Thank you for all the people who have commented. I haven't gotten back to all the comments yet because life has just been a little bit crazy and I've been taking naps. I got another nap today. So hopefully tonight we'll have a good night's sleep and be able to get back to making regular videos and stuff. But I wanted you guys to know that we're not trying to complain when we make these videos. We're trying to just tell you this is what God has placed in our life right now. And sometimes we have to concentrate more on the things that are happening within the household than outside the household. And being 31 weeks pregnant and Josiah having seizures right now, my focus is making sure that at the end of the day, the kids are clothed and fed and educated and Bible's done and all of those, rather than making these videos. So we love you guys, but that's why we're not around very much right now. So we'll see you guys next time on Hurting Little Calves to the Glory of God.